So just to go to the money, because we hear more about money. Once upon a time, money used to be a cow. I'm joking, you know, we started with the barter trade where our great grandparents would exchange goods for goods. It was a trust dependent system. You know, you need to have coincidence of needs. I have chicken, I have to look for somebody who has goats, and we have to decide how many chicken will be exchanged for that. Today, we can still do barter trade, but to what level? It was, as you can see, now from the people felt like I don't need to be walking around with what I have, looking for people who want, they have what I want so that we can exchange. They decided, let's use other form of money like gold, you know, animal parts like horns and all that, some special rocks, you know, such that I can move to any country and I can do international trade. Because if you don't know what we grow in Kenya, there is nowhere South African can do business in Kenya. You know, yeah, just by there you'll hear me referring to Kenya a lot because I'm a Kenyan living in South Africa. Okay, so after these, people, and I want to talk more about gold because I have never done gold trading, but I know gold is something I want to keep. Why? Because gold fits the definition of what money is. According to the economic business school that we were taught that money should be scarce, I tend to differ, yeah, because it depends on where you're looking. Money should retain its value or grow in value. I know all of you right now, you're thinking, this guy, you know, is lying to us, because you know very well, whatever currency you are using, I'm using the right terminology, you know, 10 years ago used to be worth more than, it had more buying power than it has today. And that's why I want to clear one myth. What we're using today, it's actually not money, it's a currency. And how did this happen? You know, gold, although it's very good as money, it's very difficult to cut it into smaller pieces. You know, if you want to go buy a small item, you need to have a special tool to do that. And that was one of the major inconvenience that was caused by use of gold as money. You know, so it's perfect money, but poor as currency. So what did they do? Once again, what did the consumer-driven needs do? It changed such that people decided, I'll take the gold because the piece of rock, and what makes it valuable, it's just its scarcity. You don't walk out of your house and you collect gold on the streets. You have to spend energy and millions of money, billions of money to mine gold, you know? So what they did was, if I have gold, my wealth or my richness is based on how much gold I have, and I would take it to the bank, and the bank would put it in a vault, and they would give the paper money, and that's how the paper currency was introduced. So this remained true until 1971. This is a very important date that I would really like you to also go and do some reading on this. In 1971, or before 1971, if any country wanted to print more paper money, more currency, they had to mine gold. They had to avail gold. And that's why most people say, before that time, God controlled how much money we have in circulation, you know, until a very selfish politician, the American president, Richard Nixon, decided to detach the value of paper money from gold. And why did he do this? He realized in 1971, for those of us who are old enough, as if I was there, he realized that for me to print the amount of paper currency I need to fight the Vietnam War, war brings a lot of money, but you need a lot of money, you know? For me to do that, I would need to have access to all the gold that's available globally. Remember, America is not the biggest gold producer. It's countries, rich countries like South Africa, Zimbabwe, Congo, Zimbabwe. I hope I said Zimbabwe. You know, it's the former fruit basket of Africa that are the biggest gold producers, not America. So when he realized that, he decided, I don't want to attach gold to this. And from today on, as your government, and that's where the word fiat comes in, as your government, I'm going to give you a piece of paper. If I write 100, that's $100 note. Don't ask me for gold or silver backing up that value. You need to trust me as your government. And that introduced the birth of inflation. And they started exploiting these, and not just, you know what happened to Zimbabwe? You know, at some point, Robert Mugabe, rest in peace, you know, Uncle Bob, you know, printed 100 trillion Zim dollar note. Do you know what that means? That money became, that currency became useless. You know, they were printing this currency as if it's going out of fashion. And guess what? It did. At some point, there were actually jokes going around, and they were saying in Zimbabwe, a tissue paper is worth more than a Zim dollar note. Let that sink in so that you understand. It happened to Zimbabwe. It happened to Greece. It happened to Cyprus. It's happening to Venezuela as we speak. As we are talking, South Sudan is running at about 150 or 170 inflation rate. You know what that means? Anything that you owe, as they print these more and more of these currency, whatever you have in your pocket loses its buying power. Okay, and that's why we have seen other innovation, people going ahead and saying, you know what, we need new ways of doing things, you know, and that's where the cryptocurrency comes in. You know, that's the latest form of money. And I just wanted you to connect the gaps and see, we started from here, we're going here. Today we are talking of cryptocurrency. You may not like it, but that's where we are, and that's the world we are in. And for you, what you need to do now is to ask yourself, how can I exploit this opportunity and make money?